So hi everyone, I hope you're doing really well. Welcome to this video. So Josh, I understand there's a foundational principle that means I can own an asset requiring only a quarter of the money from my part, but that asset will pay me and my family for generations to come, and it's viewed as low risk from the perspective of the lender and the insurance provider. It's all very well and good, but how do I get started? And if you want the short answer, I would say go and do a viewing. It's critical to investing in property, viewings are, so you can never do too many in that sense, and it's the cheapest and easiest way to get started. If you want a bit more information and allow me to unpack that for you, then stay tuned. If, by the way, you are looking for buy-to-let property investing content with a particular focus on families, then I recommend you hit subscribe. We are the channel for you. So how do you get started? How do you start to build your experience? The first thing you want to do is open your calendar and choose a date and a time. Let's just say 4 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon. That is when you're going to go and do your viewing, and then share that date with those who are significant to you. So it might be your spouse, it might be your children, it might be your parents. I'm going to go and view a property. I'm going to begin this on Tuesday at 4 o'clock. Then what you do is you find your area slightly north of you, attracting inward investment. You look for your third preferred area, not your first preferred area, and then you go on to Rightmove and Zoopla and look for 3-bed terrace properties that are for sale. If you're not sure why that criteria, see the links that I've left for you in the description below. That they should all answer those questions. Then you call the agent and say, hi, I can see this 3-bed terrace property in this area is for sale. Can I go and view it, please? I've got a date in my diary of Tuesday at 4 p.m. Lovely. Now, what you do between now and going and doing the viewing is you get yourself an Amazon and you buy yourself a ring-bound notebook. And that notebook is going to be your hub where you're going to collate all your information about your property investing business and in particular your viewings. Take that with you on your viewing at that time, and just before you knock on the door, you want to turn your audio recording on your phone on and capture what's being said, because while a property is a property is a property, and you can go and look at viewings and pictures again and go and see the property, you can't replay that conversation. So capture it, and that conversation will capture what gets said, the questions that get asked, and what are given in response to them. And it's in that detail, it's in the art of listening and asking and finding out information where deals are done. It's not about the property. So capture the conversation. What do you talk about? You knock on the door, you go and do your viewing, and while you're going around, talk about 4 things. You want to talk about the property itself, the vendor, the agent, and you want to talk about the wider market. Talk about it, and in your journal, while the phone is recording the conversation, write down anything that you notice and that's of interest to you and that piques your curiosity. Either things you just observations, I noticed this was interesting, or I wonder why that was said. Then you want to thank them for the viewing, and before you leave, say, have you got anything else that's similar? I'd love to do another viewing with you, Jane, and I've got another date in my diary next Tuesday at 4 o'clock. And get something in the diary if it's at all possible. I don't want you to go and call the office, but get your second viewing in the diary while you're with the person. It shows intent, it shows you're serious, and that builds rapport. It's the same person. If they can't do it, do a date that they can do. If it's good to keep building rapport with the same person, and it's best to do it then rather than waiting to get in the office and they've forgotten who you are and which viewing and which house. And then you want to come away, stop record, and come away and reflect on what you've just done, and do this as soon as you possibly can. Are there any points in the conversation on that viewing where you felt completely off guard? And it'll often be questions. And then you want to do is you identify the questions that were asked by going through the recording and what you've written down, and you want to speak to people who are further ahead of this property investing journey game and ask them and say, I had this question, for instance, how soon are you looking to buy? And I was completely caught off guard. I was like, what do you mean, how soon am I ready to buy? I've only come and done this viewing in my third preferred area because I need experience, because this guy off YouTube told me to do it. I had no idea what to say. How should I respond? What would you have said? And then you want to write down whatever they say, whatever advice they give into that same journal, that hub of information, so that when you do your next viewing with Jane or whoever, you've got a better response to the one that you gave. And that's how you start to build your experience, and how you start to get better at doing viewings, and how you start to have better conversations which lead to doing deals. If, by the way, you've got any questions that you have been asked and you were a little bit unsure on what to say, then feel free to drop them in the comments and I'll see if I can give you some answers and some pointers. Go and start doing your viewing. It's the easiest and the simplest way to start, and go and repeat the process, improving on each iteration. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing you in the next one.